Hi guys, this is James on guitar. Thank you very much for coming to watch. Today is a lovely Friday afternoon. I have a cup of peppermint tea, rock and roll for you. And I wanted to do a bit more of an informal type of video today rather than a formal review, which is what I've been doing with amps recently. But today is something a little bit different, and for me anyway, really fun. And I hope it is for you too. So basically what we have today is the D&M Drive pedal from That Pedal Show. Now, if you don't know That Pedal Show, it is a fantastic channel on YouTube. Possibly my favorite channel of any type. Definitely, I think, my favorite guitar gear channel. I really just enjoy watching it. It gives me those warm feelings. Dan and Mick are two great guitarists, great talkers, and they obviously seem to get on really well, and it's a nice vibe. So if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend after this at least go and watch it. You'll probably love it if you like guitar at all. Just to give you a bit of info, I think Mick was a journalist at Guitar Magazine. He was the editor. He's a Strat loving, ES guitar loving sort of guy who likes blues and edge of breakup sounds and things. So to me, that's great. I probably relate better to him. Dan is a Telecaster playing, more rocky sort of guy, but with amazing chops, great knowledge, lots of chords and everything. And he seems to like the more Vox pushed mids sound, crunch, heavy crunch sort of stuff. Between them, they know so much about pedals. Dan owns a company called Gig Rig, which makes equipment for pedal boards. He puts together pedal boards for top, touring proper rock artists. And they just both know what they're talking about, but it just seems to be two good friends talking about something they love, and we can all just get on with it and enjoy it. So they released the D&M Drive a couple of years ago, or a few years ago now, I think, and it normally comes in a candy orange color, which I actually wasn't a fan of, and that's the only reason I didn't have one until now, because last week they released a limited run of their D&M Drive from Keeley, who make it. And they send a nice little thank you with, I think, real signatures on it. It looks like to me anyway. And just say thank you kindly for buying this limited edition pedal. Now, it's the same pedal as the orange one. It just looks different, and I just like the raw metal with the sort of label maker stuff on it. But it cost about the same as the normal pedal. Now, the pedal is split into two halves. We have a boost on the right and we have a drive on the left. They seem to fit the two personalities really well, and it is D on the left and M on the right. The boost channel is going to be, I think, I've only really tried this pedal half an hour ago. It's going to be a cleanish boost that will end up getting you just beyond edge of breakup with the gain knob, I imagine. We're going to find out using that side of the pedal with mainly the Strat and then just a little bit of the ES355, because Mick often plays his ES335. And then we're going to go over to the other side, which I think is going to get a lot heavier. It's going to go through crunch, heavy crunch, and even into real proper overdriven gainy sound. But nothing, it's going to have a slight fuzzy edge to it, I imagine. Character. And that is going to be on the Telecaster and a little bit on the Les Paul. Again, Dan likes those sorts of things. And really, this is just a completely informal look at it. And hopefully it's something maybe you've looked at buying and you're not sure. One thing I love about them as well is they publicize the pedal occasionally. They don't put it on their board that often. They're really not there just making the hard sell, which is honorable. Now, this is the second time I'm filming this video. There seems to be a phantom buzz in this room. I have moved every single thing at least once. I can't figure it out. So sometimes I might have to cut out the room mics because that's picking up the buzz a lot. I'm sorry about that. I've really tried today, and it's just one of those things. I can't get rid of it. It seems to happen most on this note, which I think is going to be E. Yeah. And for some reason, if you hit that hard, something buzzes annoyingly. So I apologize for that. But going on to the microphones, today I've set up my mics like they do on the channel, which is an SM57. Well, okay, apologies. They don't use an SM57, but they use a mic a bit like an SM57. And with that, I've got a Sontronics Delta 2 ribbon mic, both of them on this cabinet here. And then I've got AKG C414 room mics in a mid-side pattern. If it doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry. It doesn't mean a lot to me either, but it's just the way they do things there. The amp is my 2-Rock Classic Reverb Signature, which Mick also has one of, and so I thought it would be a perfect amp to play around with, but I'm going to keep the amp pretty much as it is. I've got it set with the 2-Rock gain structure instead of one of the other two, and I've really got it not sort of wildly bassy or mid-like or anything. It's just very simple. Let me give you a clean tone. So a nice clean tone, but nothing too interesting. And today I'm going to stick in position 4. It's not a position I use much, these two, just for something different. And I think Mick probably uses that sometimes as well. So going with the boost side, we have no gain on. I like a pedal where you can turn the gain all the way off. That's great. And I'm hoping we've got unity here with the volume and the tone I'm keeping in the middle. So okay, it's just boosted it a tiny bit. But it's kept the amp's character, which is great. I really like a clean boost. It's something I've been trying to find a really great one of recently. Because sometimes you just need to get the volume up without changing anything else. And that's great. Let's push the level and see where it takes us. Again, it's not getting distorted. It's a beautiful sound, and then right up. Great. Okay, let's take that back down. I'm going to go just past the unity, so we'll keep it about there. Let's play with the gain. Okay, we'll just go a little bit. So to me, that's a great place to have your boost in. It's going to take you from to we could actually take the level back a tiny bit. Otherwise, you would really be drowning everything out a bit too much. All right, let's see where the gain takes us. Go up to halfway. Just got that crunch. Lovely. It sounds really organic, which is great. It's getting a little bit harsh at that top end. It's good fun. It doesn't take it too far. It's probably at that top end, it's way further than I would keep it as a sort of boost side. I'd probably keep it around here. Just move the tone up, see what happens. Oh yeah, the tone actually, that makes it really, really interesting. If we just roll it back as well. That's nice, but I think it opens up really nicely when you push that tone round to here. If we go into my favourite pickup, the neck. So there we go, that's the boost side. Let's just get the 355, okay, with the pedal off. So, gonna roll the level back, the gain back, because obviously we've got humbuckers now. We don't want to go too mad. That really responds well to humbuckers actually. That's, to me, that's even better than with the Strat. Really, really great. Just past edge of breakup, it really starts to get that creamy note. I mean, if we take the game right back, let's just see if we can get that really lo-fi blues sound. Pull the tone back. So if we just start to push. possibly going to have to go on the pedal board just for that boost side. If you want to see what I think about that, then think about subscribing to the channel, because at the moment I'm doing a series where I'm trying to find my own tone, build my pedal board, figure out which amps go well with what. It's going to be a whole series. I've only done the first episode so far, but we'll play around with the D&M Drive alongside the other pedals I'm considering on the board. That'll be really, really interesting, I think. Let's move on to the other side, get the Telecaster out. Okay, so when it comes to a Tele, I like the neck pickup and the middle pickup more than the bridge one. The bridge pickup on here just doesn't seem to do it for me, but let's give it a go with this pedal in a minute, because if anyone knows how to make a Tele sound good, it's going to be Dan. I'm just going to take the little knob off the selector switch. It comes off every time I play this guitar. Is that something everyone has a problem with? Okay, let's get into this side of the pedal. Now, this is the overdrive side, so I'm not going to start with the gain on nothing. I'm just going to start with it there. Now, I didn't test the gain side on purpose. I want to see what it does. So. That's a nice sound. I think you have to push the level a bit more on this side. Dan gets such a great sound out of his Tele. I mean, he obviously has found an absolutely brilliant one. I love this guitar. I just can't. Let's put it in the middle. Pull the tone back a bit and raise the gain, drop the level. Just trying to figure out a tone that I'll like with this guitar. It's getting a bit wild. That's pretty cool. It's pretty heavy actually to make a Tele sound like that. I'm going to roll the tone back a bit. Okay, let's put the tone the other way. Okay, that's a bit edgy from this guitar. I don't know if it's the maple fretboard or it's a very twangy sort of guitar. And clearly something in Dan's guitar has broken the mold compared to this one. So I'm going to roll everything back a bit more and try and get a tone out of this guitar that I really like. Now, to be fair, I set the amp up today with the Strat, so I might have done it differently, but I'm not going to play with that. I want to see what the pedal can do. Go back to my favourite neck pickup. It's getting better. Well, I'm going to push the mid boost in on the amp because Dan, who's probably helped design this pedal, likes a bit more mids, I think. That definitely helped. Okay, now we can play around a bit more. The tone knob on here is really potent. I'm just going to pull it back. I suspect that's completely clipped all the mics, but that's what you get. You'll hear the reality of it. Yeah, I think this is a pedal that could help me with this telly sound. I'm not going to go fully into that. I was actually planning on doing an episode about my telly because, frankly, I need some help to get this tone out. It's in my head. Like somehow, Dan gets it out there. He's doing some magic, and he's obviously a great guitar player. So. That helps. Let's get on to the Les Paul and just see what it does. Okay, just the Les Paul by itself, middle position. This is obviously being a 59 reissue, it's really low output, very sort of woody tone, which I really like. So let's give it a try. Don't want to push it too much to start with. Funny, considering both D and M are mainly single coil players, this pedal is really magic with both humbuckers that I've used. Let's whack that up a bit. Great. Whap the gain up. Love it. Just a bit more. That's really, really cool. It's exactly the sort of sound I really like to get from a Les Paul with an overdrive pedal. So for me, that's worked really, really well. So let's just move on to the last thing you can do, which is both sides together, and then you can switch whether the boost is pre or post drive. At the moment, it's post drive. Let's start with it pre. So let's boost this up. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the mic levels here, otherwise it's all going to clip. But with the boost. Let's not go crazy with the level so that we can see what happens. Pull that drive back. So the boost is pre-drive. So we'll just go for the boost. We'll just go for the boost on. It's on pre-boost at the moment. I've turned the level back a little bit. That's the sort of tone I really, really enjoy. Let's push the boost to post overdrive, see what the difference is. That's not my style exactly, but I can see that probably Dan would enjoy that because it's really more pushed, like a pushed Vox amp might be, for example. I'm just going to plug the telly in using that sound. I just want to see, maybe that's where the magic lies. I mean, that really gets this guitar going as well. Just going to push the level a little bit on both sides, and I'm going to push it back to the boost being pre-overdrive. It's a really cool sound. I definitely prefer the boost for me pre-overdrive. Rather than compressing and compressing more, it just lifts everything as far as I can tell. And that really, for me, is the more the sound that I'm interested in. That slightly. So, okay, it's a really capable setup. Boost and overdrive in one pedal is something I really like. I've got a couple of other pedals that I use like that. And it makes it really flexible. It gives you that one pedal small gig thing if you need that. You could just have a tuner, a fuzz pedal, this, and maybe a delay, and you'd be good to go. The sounds that come out of it have got some fuzz to them, some character. They're not, doesn't sound too processed in any way. It sounds really organic, which for me is a massive thing that I want. I don't want a processed sort of sound. So I like the fact that it's got a bit of edge to it, that it's not perfect. It seems to have a good dynamic range, but it doesn't try to do everything. So it's really giving that the sound that they're interested in, which for me works really well. So personally, I think it works really well on that boost side. I prefer that side personally, but when you put them together like this with the pre-boost on the overdrive, that is a sound that I think I could get really addicted to. So I'm going to play around with that a bit more, and I hope you've enjoyed this sort of informal play around demo with this pedal. This really was my first impression. I've only just sort of turned it on before I started the video. And let's hope I didn't clip the mics too much and get that buzzing sound that was happening all morning and being really annoying. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. Have a good weekend. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.